Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. We are here live post-game after the Miami Heat just lost to the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio, 107-101, in a tough-fought game. I mean, I am upset that the Miami Heat lost, and there were some BS calls and some missed calls, I think, in this game tonight. But overall, I mean, the Miami Heat competed on the road against the number one team in the West right now, the San Antonio Spurs, 5-0 for the first time in their history, which is kind of crazy to think with all the great teams they've had in the past. Victor Wembanyama didn't look great tonight, but he still had a great game statistically, and the Miami Heat were not able to pull off the victory. Trent, what are your thoughts after tonight's loss to the San Antonio Spurs?
I'll tell you this, man. I'm not too upset, right? Let's start off with the starting unit. I thought Bam was aggressive, and I've been pushing Bam to be aggressive. The 13 3 attempts, like
Crazy.
I'm kind of, I don't know how to feel about it because like there was a lot of shots he was open, but then there was a lot of shots like I felt like he just rushed it. I feel like we could have got a better shot. So it slowed down his attempts. But the defense is somewhat respecting him because there was a couple plays where they're going out there and he's driving by them, passing it off and stuff. So less shot attempts, but I did think he was aggressive today and he was pretty good. He was all right, right? I'm not gonna say pretty good, but he was all right. I thought today Andrew Wiggins had his best game. I thought defensively he was pretty good. There was times where he was guarding Wemby. I thought offensively he hit a lot of big shots down the stretch when we needed the buckets. Got to give credit to that. Now, the last player I thought played pretty good was Fonteco. I mean, I'm so happy we have this dude because if we didn't, I don't know where this bench unit go. But those are the only three players that played well today. Now, that lineup down the stretch put us back in the game. I love the on-ball pressure from Drew Smith. Jaime offensively didn't play too well, but he was still down there playing solid basketball right outside of scoring. That Wiggins, Bam, and Fonteca, I believe, or I'm missing somebody. It was somebody down the stretch with that brought us back in the game. What we won a 17-1 run. So yeah, I like that. I thought the third quarters was lost us a game. You can't score 14 points. This is the type of game where you kind of need a Norman in a sense because like we couldn't score.
Yep.
Norman would have definitely gave us that boost. For sure. But no excuses, right? We lost by 6 points to one of the best teams in the league, like you said. We lost to the Refs. We lost to the Spurs. It was a 6-on-5 every time. It is what it
Yep.
is. Now, I do want to get into the negatives, but I'm gonna let you talk first because I'm gonna get into the negatives because there was a lot of negatives in my opinion.
For sure. And to talk about the Bam Adebayo three-point attempts, a lot of them seemed to come in the fourth quarter. I think he had like at least four, maybe five attempts. And to your point, like he was kind of forced to shoot some of them. And that's just insane to see that he shot 13 3-pointers. Like last year, he was shooting like three, like four, maybe max. Like, I don't know if you want to look that up real quick, but like the fact that he shot 4 for 13, like he was efficient in the first half. Like in the first quarter, he hit two 3-pointers, had 8 points in the first quarter. So to your point, he was aggressive in that first quarter. It was nice to see. He had a couple mishaps in the post early on, and we know Bam has butterfingers and lost the ball like in the first quarter, even though he had a good first quarter overall. But in the second quarter, fourth quarter, Bam Adebayo was like actually getting buckets in the paint. Like I was surprised. He was getting some left hand hook shots. He was actually going after Harrison Barnes. He knew that Wemby is a great shot blocker, but he is still a freaking twig. And he was going at Wemby. Even Wiggs had one nice play in the post where he bumped Wemby and then went up and under and scored a bucket on him. That was huge for him. I agree with you. There's three guys that played pretty well tonight. One was Bam Adebayo. Got some garbage points, I think, in the fourth quarter, but still 31 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, one block, one steal. He was a +7. So I agree with you on that. Obviously, Wiggins' best game of the season thus far, 24 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. He was playing good point of attack defense tonight, was a good defender, and shot 11 for 18 and had some big defensive stops, like you said, and had 2 steals. He was even. So still good game for him from a scoring output. And Fontecchio just continues to hit the three ball at a high clip. Like I'm pleasantly surprised how good he's been. and he's been passing pretty well. As he only had 2 assists, but he's a good passer. Not a horrible ball handler as well. So he was the best guy off our bench. Jaime had a quiet night, which is fine. He basically in the first half only took 1 shot. Like he was letting the game come to him.
Don't get into Jovic yet. I'm gonna cook him real
No,
quick.
I know. We'll get into that. But like Jaime still contributed in that game, even though he only scored 6 points. He had 8 boards, 6 assists. He didn't shoot that well, 2 for 8, but he still played decent. Obviously, again, Jaime is a role player. Like we can't expect these guys to be scoring like a superstar or an all-star, right? Like Jaime might be 6th man of the year potentially or most improved, but he's gonna have an off night here and there, right? Because he's a role player. And it was just a tough game. Let's get into the guys that just didn't play well. I want to let you start off with we know who we're going to talk about first, but there was a few guys that had really rough nights tonight.
Listen, I'm gonna start off with Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware was awful today. Awful. He took 4 shots. They were all 3-pointers. Now, listen.
Crazy.
You're not our best shooter. If you take 2 shots and you're not making them, why continue to keep shooting them? Because at this point, now it's like a turnover. Every time you're shooting the ball, to me, it's a turnover because you're missing. Meaning you're giving the Spurs another opportunity to score when we're not scoring. Rebounds, defense, everything was just, he just looked terrible. Like you can see the light and day difference between Wemby and Khalil Ware. Mind you, Khalil Ware, people called him the Wemby stopper, right? He had good moments against Khalil Ware. Today, I'm at Wemby. Today was the worst game I've seen this season. Then what topped it off, I didn't think it could beat that, was Jovic. Jovic. There's a problem with Jovic, Amir. I'll be honest with you. The reason why I say there's a problem is because he doesn't look like he's ever going to find his groove with the Miami Heat. I just don't see it happening. Because no matter what you do with him, you put him in the starting lineup, you put him to the bench, you're still getting the same outcome of Jovic. And today, offensively, defensively, he looked awful. It was to the point where he was unplayable.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Only played 10 minutes tonight. 0 points.
And I think Spo noticed that. And I'm glad Spo noticed that and didn't continue to keep playing him. He went with the hot hand in Fonteco. And that's why Fonteco finished pretty much in that closing lineup at 28 minutes.
Yep.
We can't keep having Jovic out there if he's going to continue to keep playing that. That's the front office fault for giving him a contract. And I'm not giving up on the kid, right? I'm not saying that. But Spo, as a coach, you got to do what you got to do. Don't worry about the contract. Don't worry about, oh, I got all this high praise on him. If he's playing bad, he's playing bad. Take him out. If he's playing good, he's playing good. Keep him in, right? That's what you got to worry about as the head coach. The other stuff, that's on the front office. But I talked to Big Tone before I joined, and he says, listen, I'm giving him to the trade deadline. If he can't clean things up, because you got to realize, this is not just one season where it's like he's doing this. This is a couple seasons now, Amir. And add the injuries to it. You know, injuries are a big factor to that. It's unfortunate that he gets hurt, but the same thing with Tyler. Tyler's inconsistent and is injured. You got to bring those type of stuffs up. So with the injuries and the lack of consistent play of Jovic, there has to be a conversation with him. Has to be. And I don't know what's going to change. Is he just not that good? Did the front office just hype him up? Is he being played in the wrong role? But the thing is, everybody else is playing well, but why isn't he in there? Think about that. Everybody else is playing well. Name one player that you said, he's not having the greatest season. Jaime and Jovic were in the same conversation. Jaime took that next step. Jovic just hasn't took that next step. Yeah. So what is it?
It's hard to hit when you're a late first-round pick. How many guys pan out in any draft class, like longevity-wise? Like I saw like this Instagram clip, Trent, like yesterday, like looking back, like since LeBron, his draft 03, like how many players are left in each draft? Obviously, no one except for LeBron in 03. 04, I think it's like only Chris Paul. 05, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then once you get to like 2010 even, which is 15 years ago, there's like Paul George only. Then you get to 2011, 2012. There's only a handful of guys, even 10, 13 years ago, right? Like it's hard to hit in the draft let alone if you're the 28th pick. What was Jovic? Like 25th, 28th, like late 20s? Like it's hard for them to pan out to be a high level, like elite role player. He is just a role player right now. He's a young player, so obviously he needs more repetition, more experience, more time because last season he played 47 games, got hurt. The season before that, he played 47 games, got hurt multiple times. Rookie year, he had the back injury. He played 15 games, but he was so raw and not good at defense that Spo didn't play him anyway. So he got a ton of DMPs. He played 15 games, Trent. Like in 3 years, this guy's played 100 games in 3 years out of 180 games, 170 games, whatever that is. Like he's still just inexperienced. He's young. He's learning. He's gonna have off nights. I just don't. I just think he hasn't made that leap. I think I said this in the last live we were on last game. He looks the same as he did last year, which is totally fine. If he's going to give us 11 points, 3, 4 rebounds, couple assists, like hit the three ball at 40%, that's fine. But that should be our expectations on him. We shouldn't put all this pressure on him. But he had a horrible game. Spo only played him 10 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 5, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Let me ask you this. So, what are your thoughts on Spo just saying, F it? I know you're sucking, but you are someone that is part of our future for now. He could be a trade piece. That contract is a very tradable contract, but they have faith in him, right? They have faith in his unique ability as a 6'11" guy who has guard skills and playmaking skills. Do you say that in games like this, F it, let him figure it out, versus giving the Fontecchios who are playing better, versus playing the Andrew Wiggins veterans who are playing better? Because what happened to we want to develop the youth? Because we're not going to win a championship. Come on, let's be real. So what's the point? And we don't tank. So what do you think? What do you think we should continue to play, or do you think we should just say, you're right, you're not playing well tonight, let the next man up?
No, no. Because as fans, we know we're not going to win a championship. But as a front office and a coach, they always say they're going to win it. They have a different mindset than us, especially the Miami Heat, because they always beat the odds, right? We always beat the odds. And no, I think you play the best player, right? So, I'm a head coach. And if my guy's having an off night and now he's having a couple off nights, I can really like him as a person. I see the potential, but if the potential hasn't got there and it hasn't gotten there in the last couple of years, I'm not saying move on. I'm not saying that because they signed him, but there's no way in hell you keep Fonteku off the bench. You got to play him. There's no way. So I get it's a development year. I don't think they view it as that because they're looking at the start of the season and yo, hold up, we're playing some really good basketball. Oh my goodness. And we get our star player back. We get Tyler back. So we can win the East. That's what they're really thinking. You know how Pat Riley is. They ran it back 4 or 5 times with the same unit because they thought every time, this player was hurt. Let's get this player. Well, Wiggins didn't have a full offseason. All right, well, let's give him. They always find a way to get excuses. This is how the front office operates, right? So I think Spo did what he was supposed to do. And I'm glad he did that. There's no favoritism over here, dog. You ain't playing well, get him off the court. But Amir, man, I'm low-key tired of all. Jaime's a role player and Jovic's a role player, yes, but at a point in time, though, you got to get better as a basketball player. And if you're not getting better as a basketball player, you're staying, what's that word? Not content. You're staying stagnant. And we are vested into you, right? So now it's different because we have vested into you. And now our profit, our investment, whatever, isn't going well. So, the front office may now, because now he's paid. And this is early to talk about this, but if he plays like this for a long stretch, a period of time, now they're going to talk. There's probably going to be talks, right? They didn't want to trade him. They also didn't have him paid. When people are paid, it's totally different, man. You know that. When somebody is paid, yo, you want to give him as much opportunity as possible, but then again, if it's affecting the team, you can't play him, and you got to do something about it. So
For
I
sure.
don't know, man.
He needs to step up. It's early in the season. He's young. He's going to have an opportunity. He is going to get minutes. Tonight, Spo was like, this is not your night. And we want to win this game against the Spurs. Tough team, dude. Spurs, as of tonight, the other games haven't finished, but Spurs are number 2 in defense, hence why the Miami Heat only scored 101, right? We played one of the best defenses in the NBA, even though Wemby got away with some bullshit goaltending calls, even though he had 4 blocks. I think 2 of them were goaltending. One 100% was. The other one was like 70, 80% chance. But either way, they're number 2. We're number 4 on defense. Like, this was a battle of the early season heavyweights because, hey, we can go out and on a huge losing streak. We can have other injuries. Who the hell knows? It needs to be longer term than 5 games, right? The streak the Heat have been on. They're playing well, but things can change in the NBA. But the Spurs are also number 5 in offense. We're number 6. So we're both top 6 in offense, and we're both top 4 in defense. So this was a heavyweight battle tonight. So again, I'm not upset. You mentioned this earlier. I mean, what did we expect? The Spurs are the hottest team in the NBA. Victor Wembanyama, again, didn't have the greatest game tonight in terms of efficiency, but still, a bad game for Wemby, and I wouldn't consider it a bad game, but 27, 18, and 6, and 5 blocks, 1 steal, like shot 10 for 23 from the field, so inefficient. Like most of it was because he was 1 for 5 from 3, but it was a tough game, and like the fact that we didn't have our closer, we didn't have both our closers. I mean, like if we had Norm, I think in that third quarter, less likely we have the third quarter. But again, they're the number 2 defense in the NBA. Like having Norm doesn't guarantee anything because they didn't have Fox, which is a big piece that hasn't played on this team yet, and they're 5-0. So anyway, what were your thoughts on that first quarter though? Because there was that one bullshit charge. There was a charge, but they called it a blocking foul on Davion Mitchell, and I think it was Castle literally shouldered him and then stiff armed him, and they challenged it and they like overturned it, and then there was the goaltending in the first quarter, another goaltending, just like some shitty officiating. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I'll
That
be
impacted
honest with you.
anything?
I'll be honest with you. I don't want to say it dictated the game in that first quarter, but like if you think about it, if so, we was up what 3 points, or was
Yeah,
it 5? Was it 5 or 3?
we were up 2 at the end of the first, 33-31, but
No, no,
we
no.
were
I'm
up
talking about during that and one. Before that and one,
like
he got
5 or 6, yeah,
it
somewhere
was
around there.
5 or 6, right? And so now he hits the and one, he hits the free throw. Now he closes it down to 3. We don't score. We finished off the quarter what up 2?
Yep.
Like it's so early in the game to say, yo, that dictated it, but like it plays a factor because, dude, I'm looking at the replay, right? And I had the game muted. Mind you, I had the game muted, so I'm not listening to what they're saying. I'm like, yo, that's a clear push off. I'm literally witnessing the camera. He's pushing him off. And then they challenge it. I'm like, there's no way they don't win this challenge.
Exactly.
And I thought that was pretty pathetic. I also agree with the goaltends. I mean,
It was
they
on
don't know
Wiggins.
how
Sorry to
to.
cut you off. It was the one on Wiggins when Wiggins did the floater, got fouled, and they goaltended it. And so instead of getting a
Yeah,
chance for a 3-point play, they said no goaltend, and he got 2 free throws and he missed both of them. So
it
like
was
that
both.
shit was
Yes.
bullshit. That was a guaranteed 2 points at
Yeah,
least.
that was a goaltend right there. But there was also another goaltend with Wemby. I just don't think they know how to really. It's bad because he's just so tall, so they think everything's just a legit block. But dude, it's not a legit block when the ball hits the freaking backboard first, or he's freaking it's a
Oh
clear
yeah,
goaltend.
the one on
It's like
Jaime. He did it on Davion and Jaime. I think there's 2 other goaltending. I mean, they were closer calls than the one on Wiggins. The one on Wiggins was bullshit. That was like
oh, I thought that was a goaltend.
egregious.
Mind you, I had the game muted, and when I seen that, I was like, oh, that's a goaltend. They're gonna give us the points. Da da da. And then he gets fouled too. So I'm like, oh, bet this is a great opportunity for the Heat. And then they never give it to us. So little things like that, right? I don't like blaming refs for losses and whatever. Da da da. But we lost a 6 point game, right? I mean, just those opportunities right there, we win the game. If the Miami Heat play better, right? Like if we don't turn the ball over in that fourth quarter,
Oof.
because dude,
And first quarter.
down the stretch, Amir, that was bad. We couldn't, like, I feel like there was like 3 possessions where we just had no shot off. It was just a turnover. And then
Davion had two. Remember, Davion got stripped
yeah,
twice.
Davion, he played bad today. Davion had a bad game today.
That was the third person we didn't talk about. We'll get into that. But yeah, he was also the third person that didn't play. He did good in the first quarter, though. He had a couple threes, got a
Yeah, he
reverse
did.
layup.
Yep, he did it. Yep. He was just non-existent after that.
Exactly.
I thought Drew Smith outplayed him. I really did. I thought Drew Smith, his on ball pressure was pretty good today. Just him just playing team basketball. He's not a. We all know Drew Smith is not a great offensive player, but he just plays his role.
For sure. Turnovers killed us in the first quarter, too. We had 7 in the first quarter. We had 14 overall. So I think we had 7 in the first half. Only 7 in the first quarter, then 7 the rest of the game, which is good. We cleaned it up. But to your point,
it's the moments win.
The fourth quarter, though, is when we had 4 more of those, right?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of, it was how we started and how we finished the game where we weren't taking care of the ball. And the rebounds, dude, remember in the fourth quarter, there's 2 plays where they, just like the Wendell Carter bullshit, which led to points in the paint and free throws. Do you remember they had 2 fourth quarter rebounds that led to 3-pointers, so 6 points in the fourth quarter. So we need to clean that shit up. That's the second time in both our losses where that happened in the fourth quarter, which were big difference makers in the fourth quarter, which pissed me the fuck off. That was huge.
Yeah, those get me upset, man. Just getting a couple offensive rebounds to kick it out for a 3, and it's just
immediately make them. Yeah,
it's tough, man. That Spurs team is fun though. They're a good team, man. But going to Davion, man, because I got to be up at 5:00 in there.
Yeah.
Davion played a bad game, but like I said, I'm not gonna bash Davion, right? I thought Davion been really good for us, right? He's been our best playmaker. He's a good defender. Hit some big shots in that first quarter. He just didn't play well, right? The team didn't play well in general. But what I will say though, right? This is our first good break that we have, right? We don't play till Sunday, 9:30 p.m. against the Lakers. So today is Thursday night, right? They get on a plane or whatever, and it's in a hotel. They get at least 1 day off this week. So that's a positive thing. Hopefully, it gives time for Norman to come back or something.
We need him.
Yeah, we need him for sure, right? But Sunday night, that's a good stretch. Today's Thursday. We're going into Friday. You get what? Maybe a shoot around and a day off or something. And you shouldn't be tired 5 games into the season, but whatever. But I'm still good. I'm still very happy with this group. I'm not mad about that loss. Just clean a couple things up. Third quarter, 14 points, unacceptable. Jaime needs a bounce back game. So does Ware and Jovic. And let's just play better basketball. And let's beat these Lakers up, man. Because the Lakers right now, believe it or not, Austin Reeves can't be stopped, and I'm getting tight about that. So hopefully Davion can put the clamps on him and Wiggins. We don't need AR hitting buzzer beaters like he did last night and dropping 50. We don't need that.
I hate the Lakers. You know this. My
like
least
them.
favorite team across all sports. And Luka's coming back. He's playing, I think, tomorrow against the Grizzlies. So we're going to be playing against Luka on Sunday in Los Angeles. Going to be a tough matchup. No Tyler Hero, obviously, to match Austin Reeves to see who's the best white American basketball player, because Reeves is getting a little more buzz. Because he's a better defender than Tyler.
Right now, AR is. I'll be honest with you, man. AR is being the number one option, and it's different. It's regular season, so postseason is different too. But we're talking regular season right now. He's leading that bum Lakers team. That's a bad Lakers team, and he's carrying them.
Yeah, man. And that rigged ass league giving him the fact that he is not on the Mavericks is insane. Austin Reeves.
Yeah, he should have been part of that trade.
What a rigged ass fucking trade. First off, the fact that they did it overnight and only told the Lakers whatever and only went for 1 first-round pick. The fact that, and who's hurt again already? Who's hurt? Do you know who's hurt? Oh, guess who? Anthony Davis, the fragile, made out of glass, played 70 games once in the last 8 years. Like a fluke 2 seasons ago, right? He played 70-something games. But dude's always missing 20, 30, 40 games a year. And whatever his name, Nico Harris or whatever, Harrison Harris, whatever the hell's name is obviously not an idiot because it's rigged. And they obviously got Cooper Flag for free for doing this. But what a joke. Like, I hate seeing
Yeah,
Austin
that
Reeves on this team. He should be on the Mavericks. What a
like
fucking joke.
let's be for real. They said, yo, we'll give you the first round pick. Trade Luka to the Lakers. We need more views. Their views are dropping. Luka
Yep.
to the Lakers will explode it, having him and LeBron. We'll still give you a good player to make it seem like the trade will go through because of money wise, and let's throw AD in there. And
Yep.
only one first round pick. That was so obvious, bro. And then as soon as Luka got to the Lakers, the ratings went up. Oh, of course, because the Lakers are one of the biggest teams in the world, money wise, brand wise. Of course, you get added the best player to the in the league or top 5 player in the league to the Lakers. Yeah, that was so rigged. But guess what? Karma is real, and they're terrible this year. So yeah.
What's their record?
Let me double check that real quick because they're not good at all. I think they're they're 2-3, which is not bad. They won yesterday, but with no Anthony Davis, it's probably going to go down even more. They're just not playing well.
Which I love to see, and I'm hoping that we can win on Sunday, and then Monday against the Clippers. We have a tough road
Yeah, but
trip.
we should beat the Clippers though. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the Clippers last night against the Warriors. They scored 79 points. That's not a good team. They're too old.
They're Bradley Beal hasn't done shit. Did he do okay last night? I don't think he's done anything yet since he's
No,
been
I
on
think
the
he's
team.
hurt.
Right? Already hurt. Yeah, makes sense. That guy's basically
Yeah,
semi-washed and always hurt himself as well, right?
he
So
averages 5 points a game.
that's it.
Yeah, 5 points a game. Yeah, the first 2 games he played, he put up 6 and 5, and then he's been hurt since. But yeah, man, listen, I'll definitely join back Sunday. If you do go on, I think that's gonna be a big game. That's gonna be talking about the Lakers. That's gonna be a lot of views in there. So we got to win that game, man.
100%. Monday night, I might go drive to LA or fly to LA because it's close to me, obviously.
Yeah.
And I might go to that Clipper game. I don't think I'm going to go that. I don't think I can go that later game on Sunday. So I'll probably be here watching it, and I will go live. Trying to go live every game. Obviously, it might not happen as I have a 3-year-old daughter that I have to deal with sometimes. But I think I'll go live on Sunday if you're available, and then Monday I'm leaning towards going to the Intuit Dome. My cousin, shout out to my cousin, Dime Dropper. He's the host of Locked On Clippers. He's going to be there. I'm going to go watch the game with him if I go. And I'll do a post game live outside of the arena,
You should do that.
especially if the Miami Heat win, so I can talk shit to some Clipper fans and hopefully interview some Heat fans live. And if you're on there, if you want to join as well, Trent, we can interview fans together, especially after a victory.
I would cook them Clippers fans up, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go to bed, man. Heat Nation up top, man. We still good, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for hopping on. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys do enjoy these live post-game episodes. Make sure to go to Trent's channel. You can find him on the Miami Heat Network. He's pushing to 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Go to his Twitter as well, Trent Santana, I believe, and follow him there. And then, of course, if you're watching right now, thank you for watching. I see there's 18 folks in here right now. Make sure to hit the subscribe button onto my channel, the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast. I appreciate it. Thank you again.